Before we go, I just want to ask about President Biden. He is saying he's going to run again in 2024. Will you support him?
You know, if the president chooses to run again in 2024, I mean, first of all, I'm focused on winning this majority right now and preserving a majority this year in 2022. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I think if the president has a vision, then that's something certainly we're all willing to entertain and examine when the time comes.
That's not a yes.
Yeah, you know, I think we should endorse when we get to it. But I believe that the president has been doing a very good job so far. And, you know, should he run again, I think that I think it's we'll take a look at it.
Okay.
And we're back.
We are back.
Back in civilization. Yet again. Back to Nashville from Punta Cana.
I'd rather be in paradise right now.
Which paradise? Any paradise or Punta Cana specifically?
Where we just were, in the DR.
It was nice.
It was beautiful.
It was so relaxing.
I know.
It went too fast. As like I was talking to you and it was like, blink your eyes, and we arrived there going through customs and then going back through customs after we blink. It's like, it's insane how fast it goes.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind.
It's not fair, and I need you to get rich like super fast.
Well, I can't. So
Okay.
It's too hard. I can't do it.
Well, that's why we need you guys
Yes.
to subscribe.
Oh, dear. We'll get into our fantastic vacation, but first, let's start the show. Hello, and welcome to the Strive Nation podcast, the podcast where we talk about the monotony of daily life. But hey, that's okay, because sometimes, you know what, that's exactly what you need in this crazy world. My name is Cory Estreen, and I'm joined with my constant co-host, as always, Taylor Huff. How are you doing tonight, Taylor?
I'm scratchy.
You're scratchy?
Yes.
Why? What's going on?
Punta Cana has great weather and like no pollen. And then we came back to Nashville and my eczema is freaking out. I have literal hives all over my body right now and I want to die. I feel like when I was a kid and my mom used to put oven mitts on my hands so I wouldn't scratch. I feel like I need the oven mitts right now.
Is there like a moisturizer or an ointment you can put on to help?
I did.
Oh, okay. Well, then just don't scratch. Don't touch it.
That's hard.
No touchy.
That's so hard.
What are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I'm drinking a Celsius Tropical Vibe flavored, which is sparkling starfruit pineapple edition.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not too bad. What about you?
I'm drinking water. Just Mio water.
Oh,
I feel like I'm going to have to drink a lot more water lately because it's so freaking hot, bro.
that's true.
It's literally, it's like 96 degrees right now in Nashville.
Yeah.
And it's nighttime, so that'll tell you how much it's during the day. I think last week we had, a heat index of 108?
Yeah.
Right before we left?
This week's going to be the same too.
Yeah, it's pretty hot. It's a hot one, but yes, just water. Just water. We're,
Being responsible.
yeah, we're vibing with the refreshments, getting all hydrated. Pause the show, go get yourself a beverage,
Yes.
because we're going to talk about your monthly scoop, your June monthly scoop. Before we start the show, make sure that you go right now and follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Strive Nation Pod for all the coolest content on the internet. And for you visual people, head over to YouTube and smash the subscribe button and like every video to show that you care. But first,
upvotes and downvotes.
upvotes and downvotes. What is your upvote? Can I only guess?
You can guess. Guess away, sir.
It's the wedding.
It is. It is my sister's wedding. She got married last week in the Dominican Republic, and it was beautiful. It was so much fun. It's the most fun I've ever had at a wedding.
Yeah, it was a good wedding. It was like super, super close knit, like only friends and family, like
40 people.
Yeah, it was that's being generous. 40 people is generous.
No, there was exactly 40 people.
Was there?
Yep.
20 of it was like stand up, so
Yeah.
yeah, insane.
It was fun.
Great
the
wedding.
Reception was a freaking blast. At one point, Brandon's friend was doing a white t-shirt contest. If that has any indication of how rowdy we got.
Yeah, he was stuff went down, that's all I can say.
It was fun.
Stuff
Cory's
went down.
dancing from a swing.
Yeah, because I freaking broke my ankle. I'm just kidding. I didn't break it. I hit it with a golf club. It was green. It was purple. It was swollen. Didn't look good.
Yeah.
So I couldn't dance really at all. Mm-hmm. I tried a little bit, but
He tried. But yeah.
it didn't
wedding,
work out.
Obviously my upvote. What about you?
It was the whole vacation.
Yeah.
The vacation was awesome. Fantastic. I don't get vacations like that very often, so I feel like it had to be longer by another like 3-4 days at least, though.
Oh, for sure.
But it was super fun. We did a lot of cool stuff. We saw iguanas, saw monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
We went ziplining into a lagoon.
Yeah.
Yep. Went swimming in some little caves and things.
It was pretty great.
Yeah, there was a whole bunch of stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
we also didn't do a whole lot of stuff that we wanted to, so just another reason to go back.
Oh my God. Guys, we were supposed to leave. I was in the pool and I'm like, please, my flight get canceled. Please let my flight get canceled. It did not. I soaked up every minute I could.
Yeah. So anyways, the vacation was awesome. Sydney and Brandon's wedding was awesome. Mm-hmm. What is your downvote?
My downvote is that everyone was incredibly smart. We all traveled back on Monday, besides the newlyweds, obviously. And then everyone took Tuesday off for cleaning, unpacking, getting a chance to sleep in, easing back into the world. And I did not, because I'm a fucking idiot.
Well, there's that.
I deeply regret not taking Tuesday off.
Yeah, it was needed for sure.
Yeah, it was needed, and I didn't do it.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, the amount of caffeine I've had today is alarming. Like 6 cold brews.
Yeah.
Like chugging coffee.
And you still have work to do tonight, too.
Yes. And I still have work to do, and it's almost 10 o'clock at night.
Crazy.
Yep. So that's my downvote. I can assume what yours is, but go for it.
I already talked about it. It's freaking hot. I like the warm weather, but when it's like 95, 100, that's a little too hot for me. I like it ideally 80 to 85. Like that is what I like. 95 and up, no thanks. It's too hot. Yeah, 80 is good. It's got to get a little bit cooler so we can do things outside during the day so I don't get baked into oblivion.
Yeah, that's the thing is Nashville right now is between 95 and 100 degrees each day. We have really high humidity and there's been like no breeze. So it's been swampy air for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, we're just getting cooked.
Yeah, it's not enjoyable. It's not like a dry heat.
All right, should we move on to our June monthly scoop? Are you ready?
Yeah, we got a decent amount.
Yeah. We got to see Biden fall down on a bike recently, a couple days ago.
Oh, Lord. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah, the old man can't catch a break. As soon as you think he's, maybe turning a corner on his amnesia and his Alzheimer's and everything else, he's biking and can't stand up and he just falls right over. Much like his presidency, so.
Oh, I feel bad for him. Like, that's embarrassing and that sucks. But the memes that come out of it, just made my day. Like, I think that's all I looked at in bed that night. I just scrolled and looked at all the Biden memes. It's so good.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Biden getting on a bike. It's like, it's easy. Just put one foot on a pedal and put the other foot on the pedal and...
Fall over.
Oh, I'm on the ground now. Yeah. I don't know.
It was funny. He's okay. No harm. We're allowed to make fun because of it.
But the memes are fantastic.
Yes. So, Washington Post put out an article, and it was about a teenager who became pregnant. She went in to go get an ultrasound. She lives in Texas, and she saw the heartbeats of the twins that she was going to have, and she ended up having babies and said it was one of the best decisions ever.
Yeah.
So Washington Post tried to write a pro-abortion, kill your baby article, and they accidentally wrote an article about this girl talking about the Lord giving her a miracle.
Yes. So, oopsie.
Yeah, literally said it. She says, this is a miracle from the Lord, and we are having these babies.
Well, that's good. Thanks, WAPO.
I just think it's so funny.
Yeah. I don't know.
And after the article came out, and then all these Republicans are like, and conservatives are like, wow, this is such a great article.
Yeah, great job, guys.
Fantastic. Yeah. The author and like Washington Post were trying to like, tweet and walk back and kind of be sassy about what the article is really supposed to be about, how she wouldn't be able to go to Hawaii on vacation because she has these babies. And they epically failed in the most beautiful way ever.
Wow. At least some good things in the news.
Yeah, I forget. I'm like, Washington Post, this is probably the best thing you've ever put out. Keep her up.
Speaking of babies, Biden creates a parent council, but has CRT advocates on it.
Yes. So he had this great idea. Let's have this council for parents to be able to voice their concerns about the education system and teachers and parents' influence in their children's education, which sounds great in theory, until you realize that half of the board is all people who are very much for critical race theory.
Yeah. So I don't know how well that's going to go over.
I think it kind of defeats the purpose of what parents were concerned about. If anything, it just validates that the parents' concerns were warranted.
Yeah. It just, that's usually how all of these things end up going, is these leftists, these hardcore progressives push things forward without thinking about the consequences, and then they just blow up in their faces, but keep going forward because it's too late to go back.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it's looking right now.
Basically.
And the same thing with Biden's approval rating. He's going into the dirt with it.
Oh my God,
So,
y'all.
yeah.
His approval rating is 37%.
Second worst in history, right?
Yep.
Wow.
He's almost the same level as Harry Truman in 1952. His approval rating was a 32%.
Wow.
I have a feeling Biden will get there.
Yeah, by the end of this, he's got 2.5 more years, so...
Oh my God, not even by the end of it, in like 2 months.
No, I don't even know. Everything's falling apart, and we knew it was going to, so...
When gas is $10 a gallon, which will happen this summer, his approval rating will be like 30%.
Well, here's the thing. When you start looking at the gas station signs and they say the premium and unleaded are at the same price, like that's kind of hilarious. It's premium
so
and unleaded at $7.11.
Oh my God.
You'd think people would start to wake up. You know, I'm surprised the approval rating's not worse, considering.
Oh, I know.
You know, with this inflation too, it's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's people. The economy's going to take a big boom, guys. We're in a bubble.
Mm-hmm. It's going down.
Be prepared for it. It's going down. Just
like
saying.
The plane in Miami today.
Oh, there's a plane in Miami that went down?
I was trying to be funny. Yeah, so there is a plane that attempted to land in Miami today, coming from the Dominican Republic, where we just were.
Holy crap.
I know. What are the odds? So
Never tell me the odds.
Their landing gear failed, so they crashed.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, they probably were landing, right? And then they just...
Yeah, they were attempting to land.
Yeah, but they probably just skated across the thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple people injured, nothing serious.
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny. The timing and the locations were pretty spot on for us.
Well, maybe we're back to, what is that, Final Destination?
Oh my God.
Final Destination, Taylor and Cory edition. Nah, probably not.
Definitely not.
We're home safe.
We are.
No injuries.
You got your ankle.
Yeah, that's just me being stupid. I hurt myself in different ways all the time, so.
That's very true.
Should we let's get the rest of the Biden stuff out of here. SCOTUS might have an abortion decision this week.
Yes. So SCOTUS is listening to a bunch of cases right now. This week and next week are their last 2 weeks that they'll be in session. So we should have some life-altering decisions when it comes to Roe v. Wade and abortion.
Yeah, hopefully it's all the decision that we think it's going to be.
It should be. It should be very similar to the one that was already leaked.
Yeah.
Everyone's already preparing for it. Everyone kind of knows it's going to happen. It's just waiting for them to drop the bomb officially. So I'm really interested to see what happens. I'm interested to see if there's any protesting and rioting and what that'll all drum up. But someone did try and kill Brett Kavanaugh last week.
Oh, crap. Yeah, I think I heard about this.
Yeah, so there was a 26-year-old Californian who attempted to murder Brett Kavanaugh. No one's talking about it because, you know, he's conservative, so he's a bad guy, but that is a very
Didn't he, like,
serious...
walk up and then realize there were people... I think there were policemen at his residence at the time. It was policemen or some type of law enforcement, and they saw a guy walking up, attempt to enter his residence, and then as soon as he saw them, he turned the direction and walked the other way, and they followed him down the street and found out he had a whole bunch of weapons.
I have no idea.
I believe that's the story because I heard about this.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Wild. So, hopefully, they're all safe. They'll stay safe. Interested to hear what the decision is.
Yeah. Also, there was January 6th committee hearings that went on last week.
There was. So it was basically put on by people from ABC and like Good Morning America. Tried to make it this huge big thing. Basically, no one watched. Shocker, because it was boring and stupid.
I'm assuming they're just trying to push it as an insurrection, the riot.
Yeah.
The history's worst ever when it's a freaking joke.
Full disclosure, I did not watch it. I have absolutely no interest in wasting my time.
Yeah.
So, I don't know all the details, but just, you know, people pushing their agendas. There were a ton of, like, donation campaigns going on by the Democratic Party during it on all social media, in commercials. Like, it was basically a huge fundraising opportunity for them.
Yeah, well, huge is subjective because it's going to be a red wave for the next 2.5 years.
Oh, it will be.
So it doesn't matter how much money you spend because people are sick of your shit.
Basically. So June is Pride Month, as we all know. So we have a couple of Pride news, article situations, all the things. So Postmates has ads running on social and on their app for a bottom-friendly menu.
What's a bottom-friendly menu? What does that mean?
Okay, so a gay couple, there's a top and there's a bottom.
I don't get it.
Okay, it's food-friendly for someone who's going to get something put in their bum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why does anyone care? And why this is that? Why? It's weird.
I don't know.
Why? That's weird.
I don't know. It's very uncomfortable.
That's weird.
It is weird.
Well, sorry, Postmates. I won't be ordering from you anymore.
Yeah, it's
you
really
weirdos.
odd. The ad artwork is like peaches. There's like a peach wearing a jockstrap and then a bowl of whipped cream.
Oh my God, we got to get these freaking weirdos out of. Oh my God.
It's really disturbing.
Get these people out of these positions to make these decisions. Who are you people? Get out of here.
I just how? Why did we think this was a good idea? Like, you couldn't just do what you do for like Black History Month and just be like, these are LGBTQIA plus exclamation point owned businesses. And then like show like those restaurants like they typically do. Like, I still don't agree with that, but like do whatever you want. But, like, why did you have to bring in someone's literally getting things shoved in their butthole on a app that I'm buying food from?
Yeah,
that's just really weird.
Yeah, it's creepy. It's weird.
Yeah. Burger King also redesigned their Whopper for Pride Month. So it relates to Postmates. They now have 2 different Whoppers. One Whopper has 2 top buns, and one Whopper has 2 bottom buns.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I 1000% agree with you.
Oh, when are these companies gonna stop just pushing this random shit just to virtue signal? It's actually pissing me off.
I know. It's
like,
ridiculous.
Like, no one cares about the bottom buns, or no one cares about your shit. Like, just give me the freaking Whopper if I want a Whopper.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And like, people, there's a reason why there's a top bun and a bottom bun. It makes sense. So you can hold the shit in the middle. Why are you changing this shit up?
How they
like, bro.
How bread rises when it's baked, so it just naturally has that form. I don't know. This is my thing. I don't think some like gay teenager is looking at the Postmates ad or the Whopper ad and being like, wow, I really feel noticed and I feel like people accept me for my sexuality.
Well, I was thinking about that today, actually. When people are like, I was looking at, I think it was the military put out this like educational video on pronouns.
The Navy did.
Or the Navy, yeah.
Yep.
And they were talking to some people, and they said how they disagree with it because it infringes on their speech, on what they, their compelled speech or whatever. And they're like, it's not about that. It's not about your rights on speech. It's about having respect towards another person. And it's like, first of all, I was thinking about that. It's like, who are you to decide who I'm respecting? That's me who decides who I respect.
Yeah.
I don't have to respect you. And that's the like problem that we're getting into.
You also don't tell me I can still respect you as a person and who you are, but don't tell me I have to respect you in these certain ways.
Well, and here's the other thing. I don't have to respect you, period. As a person, I don't have to respect you at all. That's my right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to, look, just because you're gay, I have to respect you. And I have to respect that you want to be gay. Like, I don't have to. That you can't take that away from me. You can't expect people to call you certain things because you want to be called that.
Yeah.
I want to be called the King of America all the time. That doesn't mean people have to call me that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know where this forced respect thing and this forced like pronoun thing and expecting people all because it makes them want to feel good because they don't feel affirmed in their identity in 2022.
Yeah.
Like that's their problem, not anyone else's. It's so irritating.
Yeah, it just leads more, we've talked about it so many times, but it just leads more into the culture problem of dividing people and separating people into groups versus just, I respect you because you're a hardworking person, Like, I have to respect you because of this and not that. It's just... Well, it's more separation of everyone for no reason.
Yeah, and that's you deciding that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I may work hard. You don't have to respect me to work hard. That's up to you. Like, it's not for me to get others to decide to force others to decide that.
Yeah.
Or force others into seeing me that way. Mm-hmm. Like, I work hard, and then others choose to respect me for it.
Yeah.
I don't have a choice on whether people respect me or not. Just like I don't have a choice on what people call me. Now, if you respect a person and you like them, as social convention, you'd be polite and you'd call them what they want if you respect them. Mm-hmm. Well, look, if I don't respect you, I'm not going to call you something that you want to be called if I don't feel like it.
That's like me being like, since I'm a female, you have to respect me and you have to address me as ma'am or Mrs. or whatever every time you talk to me.
Yeah. Now I can, but I don't have to.
Yeah, you can to be polite and to be nice, but you by no means have to, and you can't be forced to do so.
I don't have to, and then you don't have to like it, and you can get angry.
Yeah.
Like that's our it's like people are trying to corner the field on owning speech and actions. I never understood that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's bizarre.
It's poodoo.
Mm-hmm. So another thing going on with Pride Month, you know how a lot of sports teams have like their pride flags and whateverness. So Tampa Bay's baseball team, they have a bunch of players that are refusing to wear the pride logo on their jerseys, and they're citing it because of their religious beliefs.
Oh.
Which they're totally allowed to do that. Again, like,
yeah,
you don't have to...
if they're Christians, you can't force them to. Mm-hmm. That's back to the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I do like that they're kind of pushing back against it, not being afraid to speak up. Because especially with, like, what we've seen in the NBA, besides Jonathan Isaac, no one stood up for what their beliefs were. Like, definitely knelt during the national anthem and did the whole BLM thing and all the other, like, drama that gets forced down your throat. And it's like, nope, I'm here to play a sport. I don't have to celebrate pride on my jersey. I'm here to play baseball, and that's it.
Well, and there's a swath of people who I'm sure have the same belief but aren't willing to stand up because they're worried about their
perception.
Well, they're worried about their livelihoods getting taken away by this cancel culture. And that's what they expect anyways. The progressive left expect people to stay quiet or get canceled. Like, that's what they do now. So, but it's changing. You're going to see a red wave over the next 2-3 years, and all of this wokeism gets squashed out, especially, like, comedy's dead, guys. Like, comedy is dying because of this shit.
Yeah.
So, like, you cannot, thank God for people.
Chappelle.
Well, just Chappelle.
Schneider.
Rob Schneider. People like them that are standing up for comedy. That's what comedy is. It's not politically correct. It's meant to make fun of everything. Mm-hmm. And we're losing that. Where you can't make fun of everything, nothing is funny anymore.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's squash it.
Next, we have this past month, Canada is in the process of pursuing another gun law. They are going to freeze the selling of all handguns in Canada.
Yeah, because that makes sense. Yeah.
It really doesn't. And they're doing a buyback program. Everyone talks so highly of buybacks, and history does repeat itself. Australia did a buyback. It was proven that it was a very unsuccessful.
Yep, doesn't, and they don't have to be honest, Australia doesn't have a good history on their politics, locking their own people down and shit like that.
Yeah, and now Canada hasn't even had like massive shootings or anything.
They will soon if you take away all guns.
Well, yeah, you take away all the legal guns.
Yep.
Only the bad guys and the illegal guns will be left. So they're going to have a crime spike. But I think Justin Trudeau thinks that he's living in the U.S. a lot of times because he'll see like a shooting happen in the U.S. and then he does a press conference on it.
Yeah.
And then he's like, because of something that happened in another country, we are doing this. Like, it makes no sense to me. But I'm interested to see how their buyback goes. And I'm really interested to see what comes out of this in like 6 to 8 months from now.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Lizzo was in the news.
Oh, Lizzo. She was. Yes. Do you know why?
Tell me why.
So, she has a song. There's a word in it that makes her sound like an ableist. Do you know what an ableist is?
Tell the people what an ableist is.
Okay. So, an ableist is someone who discriminates against people with disabilities. Do I think Lizzo is an ableist? Absolutely not. I think she's just a singer and had a word that fit into her rap song and she put it in there. And it's just so funny, like, again, how people bow down to the mob and immediately apologize and say, I am so sorry for my actions. I will change this immediately. So the word in Lizzo's song was spaz. And apparently that's her discriminating against people who have, like, Tourette's or cerebral palsy or seizures.
No, because you can be a spaz without having those things.
Yeah, like, spaz is just a term for someone maybe being, like, an airhead or a little bit ditzy. I describe myself as a spaz on a daily basis.
Yeah, the mob deserves to go after these people who continuously push it anyways. Hopefully the mob take their own people down.
That's what's happening now is they're getting so offended by absolutely everything. They're like, a month ago, they're talking about Lizzo and body positivity and how she's so amazing and does all these things. And then like 3 weeks later, they're like, you're an ableist, you're discriminating, you're a terrible person. Like, that's what's going to happen is they're just kind of going to eat themselves until there's no one left.
Right.
Which, yeah, it's just hilarious how offended they get by things. And then these celebrities are so terrified of getting canceled. They'll apologize for everything. Like, you shouldn't apologize for that.
Well, they don't want to get canceled, so they bow down, they kneel, and they fold like a card table.
I know. Don't just say I'm not an ableist. I say a spaz is someone who does X, Y, and Z. I myself identify as a spaz. And just leave it at that. Or just don't fucking comment on it. Because they're going to listen to the song anyways.
Never apologize. That's the rule here.
Oh, we need t-shirts that say that.
Never apologize?
Actually, you don't need that t-shirt because then you'll wear it when I need you to apologize to me, but...
Oh, okay. Well, there's that.
So I know we've talked about in the past like couple episodes, we still are having food shortages. So we still have the baby formula shortage going on at the moment. I know there was some kind of legislation hopefully being passed to fly non-FDA regulated formula from the UK over to the US to help with our supply. But then the past 2 weeks, we had 10,000 cattle die in Kansas. So that's going to aid in, more meat shortages, food supply shortages in general. And there's no 100% guarantee on what exactly happened. So a lot of people are saying it was because of the heat wave. Again, we were talking about it that we've had the past week and a half. But then there's some conspiracy theories going on about, well, there's been a lot of food plants that have mysteriously burned down. Is this a part of it? How conspiracies are. So it'll be interesting to see what the real answer is. There hasn't been anything definite, but it kind of sucks because that means on top of inflation and now shortages, things are getting a lot more expensive.
Well, and the fact that 10,000 cattle died. There's that.
Well, yeah, that's also sad. Sorry, I'm over here
She's like,
man,
I can't get my milk.
I'm not milk.
Well, beef, whatever.
Yeah, beef.
Whatever. Cows do things. But yes, that's the joke. Okay.
Cattle is meat.
Yes, ma'am. Can we move on, please?
Yes.
Okay.
COVID vaccines for children 6 months to 4 years old is now approved. We're gonna have some real weird looking toddlers in a couple of years.
I think we should give the vaccine to the kids while they're in the womb while we're at it. Just pump them full right now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're not children in the womb, though.
Yeah.
They are a clump of cells.
Oh, yeah. And then why would you pump a baby in the womb with a vaccine when you're going to abort it anyways?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I guess 6 months. I mean, that's reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I'm not ready for this. I need to go back to Punta Cana.
Oh, my God. This is a dark episode. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well.
We do have some good news. So there's a Republican, Maria Florez. She won a congressional seat in Texas. Doesn't sound like a huge big deal because obviously, we talked, that red swing is coming hard. But her district is 86% Spanish. And this is the first time it's ever voted red.
Woo! Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's
so
go.
Cool.
Let's fucking go.
What's even cooler is obviously she's a girl. So woo, girl power.
Woo!
And she's the first ever Mexican-born congresswoman now.
Get it, girl.
Yeah.
Get it.
Freaking awesome.
So she's obviously in order to be you have to be an official citizen.
Yep.
She did the process right.
She did.
She's a conservative. Mm-hmm. She's doing it, man. She's doing it.
Yeah. She also pointed out, she got interviewed on Hannity, and she pointed out something really interesting. She's like, Democrats just assume they can have the Hispanic vote because of immigration. She's like, they don't realize that Hispanic and Mexican families are very conservative in values. Family is obnoxiously important. We often have grandparents or aunts or uncles or cousins who are living with us. We all live in the same neighborhoods together because family is so important. Religion is super important. Bettering our children's lives than what we had before them is really important. So I love that she highlighted that because to us, it's very common sense how, Asian families fit very well into conservative values. Hispanic families fit very well into conservative values. And the Democrats just be like, we let them into the country and we don't make them do anything, so will vote for us. No, that's not the only reason they vote.
They take them for granted. It's the same thing with the black vote, 91 to 93% every election. You're going to lose that eventually.
You are.
You cannot convince them they're stupid forever.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen.
You're going to keep destroying these black neighborhoods and these black families. They are going to realize that you're not helping them.
Right. Eventually. It's got to, because, as time goes on, more and more black Americans are becoming educated despite your efforts. So it's going to happen.
It will.
And then we can push this nonsense down further, and then all these woke people can go in their tiny little corners and have woke parties by themselves.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
That's how I feel about this.
Very interesting.
Okay, we had another shooting.
Yes. Okay, so Juneteenth, as we know, last year became a federal holiday. This is the second Juneteenth ever. There was a concert, a huge Juneteenth Pride festival in D.C., and it ended with a shooting. So there was one person died, a 15-year-old, and then 3 people were injured.
Yikes.
So, Juneteenth, this is supposed to be the celebratory, whatever you want to do, and then, nope, can't have nice things. You gotta further solidify that people are bad and then get shot. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Pray for the families.
Yeah.
That's all you can do, really.
Mm-hmm. Basically.
Unless you're a progressive, then we must say it's a gun problem. We must ban all guns, and then let the mobsters have them all.
Oh, no. A lot of articles were citing that because the event didn't have, like, the proper licensing, that was to blame.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because you can't say it was guns because then you have to say that it was black people with guns.
Yep. Yeah,
So,
you gotta fit that narrative the way it needs to be.
The event had improper licensing, and that's how this happened.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Interesting how those things work.
All right, let's finish her up.
Yes. So, FINA. Okay, so FINA is the international federation recognized by the International Olympic Committee for water sports.
Ah.
So, this affects people like Leah Thomas. They just came out this past week that anyone who transitioned after the age of 12 years old cannot compete in the biological women's category.
There you go. It's almost like Leah Thomas is beating the shit out of all these other
Oh my God,
girls.
weird.
You know? It's almost like we saw this coming.
Oh, yeah, it's super weird how that works out, you know?
Yeah.
One girl who really sucks on the boys, one guy who really sucks on the boys team says he's a girl, and all of a sudden he beats the shit out of everyone.
He sets all these records. Insane. Never saw that coming.
Right. What? It's like he has a bigger body or something.
Yeah. I always like those, like on South Park and American Dad and stuff, they always make fun of it, where it's like this huge girl's like, or huge guy is like, I'm a girl now. And he's like freaking like ripping girls' limbs off and stuff. Did you ever see that?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Oh.
I'm glad someone's attempting to protect women's sports.
Yes. Protect women.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about people before the age of 12 transitioning. I don't think you should be transitioning.
Well, I don't at that
that
time.
young.
I mean, I don't know how competitive you really are before the age of 12 anyways, but still.
I'll take the win.
Yeah.
I'll take the semi-win.
Yep.
Yes. Megan Rapido had a lot to say about it. She's on the women's soccer team. And, she said, sports aren't everything. So, tough. It's like, oh my God, yeah, sports aren't everything. So, if you can't compete as a transgender athlete, sports aren't everything. It shouldn't matter to you. But no, sports aren't everything. Biological females, you shouldn't let this bother you.
Yes. Especially the women that trained all their lives for moments like this. But yet, sports aren't everything. Figure it out.
Yeah, so weird.
Okay.
So weird. So, next, we got 2 last things. Monkeypox. People are starting to talk about it. It's the next pandemic.
Woo! Let's get another one up in this joint.
You know what? It's a really good thing that the only way you're going to get monkeypox is from another person of the same sex as you having sex with you.
Well, hopefully I'm not having sex with a lot of dudes lately.
Yeah, so, don't have sex with a lot of dudes if you're a male. Don't have sex with a lot of girls with open sores if you're a female. And you will not contract monkeypox.
Yeah.
It's just very interesting to see how this is being handled. So, with COVID, CDC, who told us exactly what we needed to do, and we all needed to take these very severe cautions and protect not just ourselves, but everyone. And now with monkeypox, it's very similar to AIDS in the aspect of how they're treating it. They're saying, please just have safe sex. Please just have responsible sex. We don't want to say this is only affecting gay people, even though it's only affecting gay people. Just have safe sex. So they're telling people, you can still go do all these things as long as you do so safely. But with COVID, you couldn't, just be responsible and wash your hands and not go out sick.
Right. Why aren't we telling people to have safe sex in general when it comes to abortions? Can't do that. We're only saying it for these monkeys.
That's
but when
funny.
abortions, you should is willing at any time. The whole safe sex thing doesn't matter, but now we have to because of monkeypox.
Hey, now
This
we
is
cannot
what dreams are made of. I'm just kidding.
It's fantastic. We can't tell straight people what to do with their bodies, Cory.
No. You know, this is kind of scary. So we have this podcast that literally no one listens to, right? So we have this podcast, and we're making more sense than most people that are in charge of coming up with the laws for our nation. How scary is that?
I know.
Like, humans are freaking idiots, bro. Like, and I'm a human. That is scary shit.
Are you saying we should run for office?
It makes more sense than these people. Oh my Lord.
Yeah.
Like, these people blow my mind. That's a scary thought.
I know.
Can't wait till the aliens take us over, because at least then it's out of our control.
Oh, thank God. Can't wait.
All right, last story.
Yes. So last story. Top Gun is fucking awesome. Saw it. Fantastic. Lightyear, however, was the new Buzz Lightyear movie that came out. It flopped. Epically flopped.
Was it woke?
It was woke.
Oh.
There is a lesbian couple that kiss in it. They took away Tim Allen, Buzz Lightyear.
Oh, yes, Buzz Lightyear. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Who was Woody's voice? I forget.
I don't remember.
Yeah, to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, so they got rid of Tim Allen as the voice of Buzz Lightyear because he's conservative.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, so they swapped out his voice, so it's not the Buzz Lightyear. And then there's a lesbian kiss in there. So obviously it flopped because, I don't know, parents don't want to have to explain to their kids why people are kissing certain people and like the woke agenda underneath it. And why Woody all of a sudden sounds slightly different than he did 20 years ago.
And that's what they deserve.
Yep.
There you go.
Versus, Top Gun. Talking
Top
all
Gun
about
was awesome.
America and having courage.
Yep, one of the highest rated films of all time.
Super patriotic.
Yep, made money hand over fist in this woke apocalypse.
It just shows that the tides are turning.
The tides are turning, and these people need to get smashed.
We have faith.
We have faith.
Yes.
Well, that is your monthly scoop for June. I hope you guys liked it. Stick with us. We have your backs. We will be back. We have bi-weekly show uploads on Wednesdays, and our next episode, Season 3, Episode 14, will be on July 6, 2022, and you might be surprised at what the episode has. Ooh! Hey guys, thank you so much for listening this week's episode of the Strive Nation podcast with your hosts, Cory, Estreen, and Taylor Huff.
Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strive Nation Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Join us for our next episode in 2 weeks. And remember, when the world is upside down, Strive Nation is right side up for you guys. Have a good one.